Supercoach tabs on my phone at dawn, scrolling through the carnage, what went wrong? Grammar soul and steady, rookies on the rise, mid-prices tempting me, danger in disguise. Big J calling from the couch, mate, check your side. Joe bragging about a loophole, riding that tide. We're trading in our hopes like stocks on a screen, chasing that price rise, living the dream. We're the center bounds crew, hey. Whistle blows, we're riding it through. From goals and behinds to the last upgrade, greatest game in the world, that's how we're made. From a pig in the guts to the bench warmer blues, every week we're breaking the rules. They fell in our veins, yeah, it's all we do. We're the center bounds crew. Got duds on the park, can't win a hard ball. Need a downgrade, target, answer that call. Possessions piling up, my captain's on fire. Vice loop lightning, sparks through the wire. Yeah. Trade plan scribbled on the back of a bill. One more sideways move, I swear I'll sit still. But the siren, it's Friday, logic is gone. Mate, just push and go on. Who you backing in, who you backing in? Who you backing in, yeah. Who you letting go? One more risky move, then we steal the show. We're the center bounds crew, hey. Whistle blows, we're riding it through. From goals and behinds to the last upgrade, greatest game in the world, that's how we're made. From a pig in the guts to the bench from a blues, every week we're breaking the rules. They fell in our veins, yeah, it's all we do. We're the center bounds crew. We're the center bounds crew. Oh yeah, the center bounds crew. The center bounds crew. The center bounds crew.
The center bounds crew.
I thought about that intro, Joe, and it's like Big J says, "Hey, go check your side." I mean, that's the bloody the epitome of this weekend, isn't it? Nick Dacos laid out on the Thursday or the Friday, I can't remember which one, and then
Thursday.
Ed Richards laid out as well, and a couple of other players. And mate, what was a good week, or was hoping to be a good week, has turned into a shitter week. And somehow, I don't know how I've done it, but somehow I've actually gone backwards in ranking this weekend. So team review out shortly, but guys, I won't talk about it again. But don't ever boost and get a 7. It's not a nice time. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that matter. I think, Joe, it is not a great week to be me, I think, and yeah, it's going to be worse when we're forced to trade out a couple of players, and another one as well in potentially Noah Anderson, who has just been shitting the bed alongside Sam Walsh. Like I've got, what is that, like 4 primos who are underperforming, mate. Not happy.
Happy Easter, everybody, for those who celebrated. I hope you had a wonderful long weekend. I got that going tonight. Obviously, still celebrations in full swing. Just finished my dinner and up and about because it was a long weekend and we just came off of what was an absolutely sensational game of football between the Hawks and the Cats. I'm just playing this game for fun. I know I'm not winning the 50K this year, so I'm just going in and doing my best and trading in who I don't want to bring in, and having some heart will certainly go a long way. I highly recommend you guys get onto this. It's very highly concentrated alcohol, but it's very delicious for those who partake. My week was not that great, but wasn't that bad either. I mean, I think it's open at the moment. If we just simply would have look, I think this is current scores.
It's one big thing about Supercoach too. I mean, your team's a lot better than mine. You've done better than me this week, but the opening time for Supercoach, Joe, has just gone out of the roof. I remember when we had to basically wait like hours and hours and hours for it to open, and now bang, that's it, done. So yeah, not too bad.
Look, 1835, I mean, I think it's a pretty par type of, 36%, top 36% scored 1835. So, is 36% par? I don't know, probably not. But like you say, there was quite a few laid outs and whatnot. It was a week of carnage. It's still too early in the piece. It's still early days. Moving forward is when the real game starts, in my opinion. It is, of course, a trading game. It's not a starting team game. It is a trading game. And, Mark Bean, speaking about your question here, is English a trade? Some Xander Maguire doing some really good things here, Xander Maguire, with good reporting. As scans have confirmed, Tim English has suffered an MCL injury.
Yeah, he's done.
And asking Doc Larkins, you all know, those of us who've been in the footy circles for a long period of time. Sorry?
He's got a cool mustache.
That's exactly what we know and love about Doc Larkins and his cool mustache. He says that the standard recovery time for an MCL is 3 to 6 weeks. And the Bulldogs believe it is low end at this stage, which means, based on the Bulldogs' best estimate, it's 3 weeks. And Ed Richards says if there is a tear, a small tear, it could be anywhere between 2 to 6. So if we say the middle, if we go the average, that's 4 weeks. And I think 4 weeks is a long period of time to have that much. So yes, those who end up with having both these guys probably both are trade-outs. Really? So it's a little bit difficult with so many primos going down with injury every week. And for those who are unlucky enough to be picking the injury, the primos right as they get injured, it is, of course, making it more and more difficult to end up with a full primo team. Those who are fortunate enough, and it is pure fortune, fortunate enough to be avoiding the injury carnage, congratulations. You will be in a much better position come end of the season with saved trades, saved boosts, and an ability to therefore be able to finish your team. So it's purely in the hands of the gods, and it's outside of your control. All you can do is ride the wave, really roll with the punches, and keep moving on. So will there be lots to talk about tonight? Hey, I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions to be asked, Stuart. And if as long as there are, we'll be here for a period of time. Globes are doing well, mate.
Globes. Like global rankings at the moment. Holy moly. Just checking out rank 1, Joe. I am just under 1,000 points behind him 4 weeks into the season. It is rough, mate. It is rough.
Get around him. Shawnsky, that was such an amazing game. We had a live watch along of that. I almost lost my voice. What an insane game that was. That was honestly an absolute modern day classic. What a win. G'day, Kobe. Good to see you. Been a while. You joined us in the live watch along, which was great. Calm down on the Bombers' second half of the game. Well, I mean, no one's losing their head about it. Certainly, the Bombers were beneficiaries of injuries to the Dogs, but also beneficiaries of the fact that the Dogs played really hard in the first quarter, built that massive lead, and then they sort of took the foot off the gas a little bit, knowing that they were going to win. And then they had injuries compound. I still think the Bombers played okay. I think the Bombers can take some things out of this game. Obviously, doesn't mean that we're a good team. We all know we're not a good team. But ultimately, we were all expecting a blowout, and the blowout did not eventuate. It was only a 34-point loss, and the Doggies did not score 100 points. So I think you ask any Essendon supporter or non-Essendon supporter, just any neutral, what they thought this game would be, they'd tell you that this was a very good result for the Bombers. These two teams are in very different areas. You can't be comparing the two. Let's be real.
Yeah. I think post, if I remember the game correctly, Joe, post almost first quarter where you guys got slammed on, Brad Scott came down and basically put the letter of the law and said, hey, pick up your fingers. And Bontempelli's scoring, at least for parts of that game, definitely dropped off. I mean, just have a quick look at the game if I pull it up on footy scores. Still got the 153, so I'm glad I had him in my team. But, yeah, there were periods of time during that game, especially in the third and the fourth quarter, where it was like 10 minutes for 3 touches or something. So, yeah, you guys did very, very well.
It was 40 minutes where the Dogs had not kicked the goal. So, offensive juggernaut going without a goal for 40 minutes, you take that every day of the week. Frank, g'day, Frank. All I can say is Nakos and Richards only 18-20 this week. What can you do?
Mate, you beat me. You beat me. I had Nick Dacos and Richards. I need to offload some of these primos, and I hate the fact that it turns into don't trade primos, but I think I've picked 8 different faults in my team already. Richards, Anderson, Walsh all need to go. Now we've got Tim English as well, and we're supposed to try and upgrade and grab rookies at the same time. So, yeah, it's I understand the pain, Frank. I understand the pain. At the moment, it's a bit rough.
Very hard to do that. The Ruck Carnage is dire in my team, says Moncherie. With Tim English out, this is a problem area for my side. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of us, I don't know about yourself, Joe, but a lot of us brought Cherry in off the back of a 189, thinking, yeah. Blackiston going to go 200. Cool. Got injured. Well, not injured. Got suspended. Had a crappy game regardless. And then now Tim English is there. Crappy game. Now injured. For those that do have Max Gorn and Brodie Grundy, I mean, if you look at the rank 1 team for this week, Joe, it is a monster. It is like insane how good. Just press the super coach at the top and it'll come up with the team that scored the highest this week. It is bananas how good this team is. Like, it is ridiculous. Like, every single player popped off. Zorko, Houston, Coleman. Check out that back line. No bad rookies on field. That midfield, like, everyone's gone big. That ruck line. I mean, he had Max Gorn emergency, and then Brodie Grundy captaincy score. Holy moly! And then Sheasel and everyone else. Yeah, it's bananas, man. It is really good team. And that forward line, like the guys got Cook at F6 this week. So yeah, I'm a little bit jealous, I have to say.
Very nice. The Tom DeConnie pick, very, very interesting. But yeah, no, I mean, good for him. Well done, Diamond Cutter, Dean, Dene.
It's not
sorry. It's Silverbacks.
Silverbacks, yeah, very, very good. Congrats on the 2K, mate. $2K. It's good funding there for you.
So Silverbacks scored 2,200 this week.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. It must be very nice.
Pretty nice there.
Just beat me by 400 points. Just beat me by 4 primos there. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Well, it's the difference between having Lombard on field and Connor McDonald, and then a Cosy Pickett, and then the next one and the next one. So yeah, that guy's forward line's effectively finished because it's got Cosy Pickett in the midfield. So yeah, rough time.
Aiden, g'day, Aiden. 1989 with Dacos, Richard, and English. Beautiful. Very nice. Very, very nice. Jeez, that is Carnage, Big J. But the comeback story will be sweeter.
Oh, mate, I really hope so. It just feels like I'm so far behind now. Like, I've drastically got to do some major things, like to even try and get ahead. Yeah. I got Primo scoring less than people's rookies on field, and it's a rough time, really is, especially with like the likes of Jordan Clark scoring a 50. Like that was just a bad game. Yeah. But yeah, it like my rookie on the bench, just Blamire scored more than him this week. Like, yeah, it's a rough time.
But seriously, what happened with this game? Why did he score so crap? So he had 18 disposals, 3 clangers.
I just don't think he was around it. Slowly, Luke Ryan has started to steal his points, steal what he does on field. And I think for periods of time during the game, he was made accountable. So he was guarding other players from the opposition team and just wasn't seeing a lot of the ball.
Might be the dimensions of the ground. They play at Adelaide Oval.
Shouldn't matter.
I think it does, though. I think it does matter. Grundy captain got 2104. Very nice
work,
James. Fabian Liberto up the Dons, the Bombраys. Managed Mosheri, managed Dacos, and Sherry had to late boost out Edwards. Yeah, yep. I know. It's just it's insane. It's insane. Lads, I had a shocker. Oh, it's all right, Woody. A lot of people had shockers this week.
Woody, I'm in the toilets.
Can't do much about it. No, have not looked at the Gold Coast game yet. We can look at it right now. Holy shit, the Demons look good. The Demons are very impressive, and the Suns were not. Only 1 ton. That is kind of bonkers. Only 1 ton for a team. Bro, you might as well call them noodles, the 1 ton noodles. 1 ton for the Suns, 100, and that was to Bodie Euland of all people. So, meanwhile, on the other side, bloody Cozzy Jack Steele. Holy shawarma, Jack Steele is just absolutely thriving in this new team.
He's such a good player.
Yeah, exactly right. Very impressive. And Maxi Gorn just continues to do Max Gorn things, snapping goals and taking marks and 22 disposals. It's so impressive. I think he's one that I'm going to probably try and bring into my team to replace English. The 100K, roughly, but there are some rookies who are on the bubble. So if we go to the players
that we probably need, or at least one, at least one being a must-have, and that's the big question this week, isn't it, Joe? Melbourne play Essendon this week, and Blackiston's been the ruck killer. He's not done much himself, but every time he's killing whatever ruckman that he plays, and I just don't know what's going on. Do I grab Brodie Grundy at 700K, or do I go for someone who's a bit cheaper in the hope that, hey, they'll drop in price or at least fill out another primo in my team? Like, it's a weird situation to be in, I think.
It's just that there are so many players on the bubble this week. So if you don't have Marshall could be back this week. Steen on the bubble this week. Barrow on the bubble this week. Thornberg probably not going to stay in the team. Josh Lai on the bubble this week. You know, so there's quite a few players there. So it's very unlikely that you have avoided all of the carnage. So, you know, can you do a 1 down, 1 up? Or are you in a position where you've managed to avoid most of the carnage and you haven't used all your boosts? If so, this might be a very good week to use a boost here and there. I don't want to use a boost considering that I've already used 2 of them. I really don't want to boost at this point. I did have day costs, but fortunately I wasn't in church by the time the news came out that he was a laid out. So I managed to swap him to Baz, and happy to take a 118. So probably my trades are probably pretty simple this week. It could be just very well be a Lindsay down to a Barrow, for example, who looks the goods, and then that's enough money to put on to Gorn, and then just do that, and then leave 7100K. I think that's all I'm doing this week. I'm unfortunately missing out on Steen, but I'm just not sure if Steen is a rookie worth boosting for. So I don't know. It's pretty tough, especially now considering that we're in a best 18, no longer in best 18 situation. So
like when you press optimize, your backline's gonna boost up your park, and you're gonna hit 23 or 2200. There you go. Doing pretty well, man. Doing pretty well.
It's still, unfortunately, we haven't really advanced number of primos. Still got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Still on the 12 premiums.
That's something that I found too with my team was just I think I've gone backwards. Just rough.
So I didn't trade out any premiums here, and then Rosie got injured, Petrarca got injured, Sherry suspended, and now English is injured. So I haven't done really these luxury primo trade outs. it's just been, the premiums that have been underperforming, like a Walsh, for example, and an Anderson, I have held on to them. It's really just been the ones who are either suspended or injured that have gone out. So it's a little unfortunate that we've used up 2 boosts and 10 trades to still be on a 12 premium team, which I could have started at the start of the season. You could have started with the 12 primo team, but look, it's not a complaint. It's just simply stating a fact that
it's very much
understanding that this is a team that probably certainly will not be winning Supercoach, I think, at this point, but still hopefully going to be in with a good year, still aiming for a top 1% finish, and that's going to still be the goal at this point, really. But yes, Tuke Miller only scored the 88, which is not amazing, but Raul came back, and his centre bounces were only 39%. So this is really good. It basically locks in Tuke Miller as a forward DPP option. So that's going to be awesome. For the people who traded in Tuke Miller, I know it sucks that he only scored 88 for you, but hey, he's going to get forward DPP, and him as a forward is basically a must-have. This guy is going to be absolutely a top liner in your forward line. He's doing much better than Anderson, who we've picked him for the softer start to the season, and unfortunately hasn't eventuated. So, I know he only scored 88. Mark Lavelle, I'm looking at you complaining to me during the live watch-along that he only scored 88. I think you should just be happy at the fact that you're going to be getting this guy as a forward premium. So it's not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. Zeke Ulan decides to pump up an 85 now that he is well and truly out of everybody's contention. 2 goals. It looked sensational, Zeke Ulan. Good for him. I like the look of Gulbin. This guy's played his first game. I don't think I hope he keeps his spot in the side. Probably unlikely that he does. But he looks really good.
Nah, 100% he stays. If he's kicking goals and getting as many possessions as what he's getting, I think he's staying in the team, man. The coach has got to be dumb to get rid of him. Let's be honest.
Well, I don't know. I think they have a few players to come back out. What's his face? Lombard, the 56. Those who traded out Ballard to get Rogers would be pretty upset about it, considering that Ballard just beat him by 20-odd points, which is pretty cool. We'll take that for sure. He's playing way too much as a small forward, but occasionally pushing up the ground. He's getting caught on the ball here and there, which is a little bit unfortunate, but look, you don't see him getting dropped. What's his break even at nowadays? If I was to go to Lombard, his break even now is 26. So we're getting close to him really finishing up, especially now that he's playing against the Swans at Norwood Oval. That is a very tiny ground. Very tiny ground. Oh, but he's got the Bombers the following week at home.
Never know, Joe. Could work out okay.
It could work out okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping Doveston's going to be in a similar position. And a few other things. I think Lombard feels like that guy that's going to just drop a big score. I mean, he got 10s and 20 pluses in Supercoach and then just disappeared for periods of time. And I think that's just kind of the type of player he is. But yeah, he's doing very well. And congratulations on you for having Lukosius in the team.
Yeah, thank you. Baggers only had 9 primos this week. 509 bank scored.
Far out, man.
That's well done. Very well done.
I'm jealous, mate. Great job, Baggers.
Also, Big Joe, love your work getting around the Grundy post. Cheers, don't burn the bed. Yes. Well done. Loving your content, mate. Loving it. Very, very nice. Good stuff. Keep it up. Very entertaining. Gorn scores have been good against good opponents compared to others Rucks who have had. He's correct. So you can imagine that he potentially goes bananas at gather round against the Bombrays, who love to give intercept marks to opposition players. So, yes, I do want him in my team. My ranking is the same as yours, Joe, but my husband is 294, so I'm really depressed. Hey, look, Kerry, you should be supporting your husband as best you can, because if your husband wins the money, you win the money too.
That's
you
it.
should be pulling all your resources into doing a joint collaborative effort there. Anything we can do to help to get the money home, we'll gladly do it, Kerry. Sam Clark was locked down on Rankin, says Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the problem with Clark too, is sometimes that happens.
Yeah, because he's just that good. Windy Cod, g'day.
They just don't have those players. And I think Wagner got injured for part of the game as well, which set him on a bit of a spiral in terms of scoring and availability to run around the ground.
Look at that. English to Gorn, Richards to Grundy, or Ash via the flex. You're not going to use a boost to get a cash cow, Windy? Who's played one game? Not ranking players. Who's played one game who realistically?
No one. I just had a bit of a squeeze with it. There's not a lot, apart from your boy
Galbin.
Yeah,
Galbin. Flynn Perez looked all right. I like the look of Flynn Perez in the game. He looked a very solid player. Hit over the ball, was bleeding, had to get off the.
I was going to say, for us that have got like a Michael Selwood and stuff in the back line, 2 more weeks of his scoring and then offload to Flynn Perez for a cheeky 100K maybe.
Yeah, potentially. So I like Goulburn. I like Perez. Dirksen, does he keep his spot in the side for Carlton? That would be pretty cool. Dolan looks good for the Doggies. Then again, they did play against the Bombray, so it's not that hard to look good, but he did look very good. Very happy with Dolan. Joyce probably doesn't keep his spot. Fawcett, probably not picking a Richmond forward as my cash cow. Yeah, so there are a few options in terms of downgrade targets. So you could potentially fade a rookie this week. It's just a bit unfortunate if you were to miss out because Farrow now this 90. It's
really good.
It's not like it was his first score, which means it drops out next week. No, it was his second score, which means that this 90 stays in his 3-round average for an extra week. So if I was to, for example, so what's his average? If he scored 49 and 90,
it's like 60.
Let's say he averages 60. Let's say he scores 60 from here. He's gonna make you. If he scores 60 the next 2 weeks, he's made you 79K, basically 80,000 in the next 2 weeks, and then he plays Collingwood. So it's not too bad. He could make you 257. He could make you just under 100K. He could make you just under 100,000 in 3 weeks, just going 60s. If he goes 70 in the next 3, yeah, he's made you 115,000 in 3 weeks. So it's pretty hard to turn down that type of scoring. Will be interesting to see who gets dropped for Ridley though. So keep an eye out on.
I doubt it'll be Farrow the way that he's been playing.
It wouldn't be Farrow. But it just means that potentially he plays a lot more wing time and less pushing back into defense. But that's not too bad because if we were to pull up his heat map, where is he? Farrow. You'll see a lot of his disposals, are wing pushing to defense, wing pushing to defense. So, yeah, he's a very skillful player. 91% disposal efficiency, which is pretty good. So there are a few there. Goulburn does look good. Watkins projected to lose money in 2 weeks. Oh no. Watkins is definitely a very unfortunate situation, Watkins. Seriously?
Yeah. And this is why I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. I am legitimate. Like, he made me money this week, but I am done. And not that he's cost me the season, but poor decisions and hindsight have not allowed me to offload a Richards or a Nick Dacos or someone because I ended up chucking Watkins in and Carroll. I don't want to talk about my team. Like, forget about it. I'm done.
Forget about it. She's a shit.
Like,
Blue Iris. Blue Iris. Didn't see this. Thank you very much. We can't pick Gorn with the blackest of curse.
Just pick them all. Just pick everybody.
Honestly. My boy Blackiston. My boy Blackiston.
He's so annoying.
Boom. So wait, who will we play? Let me type his name in there. Blackiston. My boy Blackiston wants to prove me right. So he's going to take down every single ruckman that he goes up against just so that he can show, yes, see, I'm the best. Yep. So he played against the Hawks. No injuries came of that. Vizentini was dropped. So he killed Vizentini's career. Then he gets Sherry suspended. And then he gets English injured. So he's had 3 weeks in a row of pure carnage, has Lucky Blackiston. The man is on a rampage. No ruck is safe before Lachlan Blackiston. But I believe in the man, the myth, the legend that is Max Gawn. Max Gawn is immune to this shit. Max Gawn is gored. He's gorned. He is the goat of ruckman. He is the ruck. He is the goat of ruckman. So yes, I'm gonna black in my boy Maxi Gawn to do well. I'm gonna black in my boy.
You know what's frustrating, right? Is that I went Luke Jackson and not Max Gawn this week because I was like, yeah, they'll score okay. Jared Witts, whatever. Max Gawn goes 4 times Jared Witts' score. Like, what the hell is that shit, man? How Jared Witts needs to retire after that performance, I tell you what. I end up having to bring Max Gawn in this week anyway because English is injured. Like, Supercoach gods, man.
That's why in community team, I was on pro Max Gawn. I was team Max Gawn. That's why I voted Max Gawn for community team. Hey, community team's done well. They should line up community team. Stuff my team. My team is a bunch of crap. Community team has got a lot of issues, but look, but it has Max Gawn, so that's excellent.
We didn't go Max Gawn captain though.
No, we had Bont captain. Hard to go past the Bont captain against the Bont brand. Yeah, it's 150 plus. 150 plus is a wonderful score for a captain. Are you kidding me? I'm very happy with that. These man, Jack Steele is unbelievable for us. Yeah, he's so good.
If I could go back in time, there's a couple of players that I think I would love to have in my team, just like trying to navigate the early buys a little bit better. And Sarong would be one, as bad as he was round 2 versus the Doggies. Versus Melbourne. And Jack Steele being another one. Even LDU, I think, has gone half decent this year too. But just these guys that no one really considered or thought about, just going bang, bang, bang every week. And Jack Steele, I mean, they offloaded a Clayton Oliver and they offloaded Petrarca, who've kind of reinvented themselves somewhere else. But these guys at these clubs, man, doing okay.
Exactly right. This year has been a nightmare for me. I've had Golden, Young, Rose, Track, Sherry now, English, and Ed.
Yep. And Sam Walsh sucks too. So I'll have to get rid of him. And Ando sucks. Ando might become, if I could do it, Ando would have been Clayton Oliver this week. And just a whole bunch of shit, man. There's just too much. Too many crappy players.
Yep. The only rookie that's interesting is Farrow. He's more than interesting. He is a very sharp young man. Very excellent.
I think there's something to be said of these rookies who we were trying to start in round 1 but didn't get named starting in the team because they're scoring a lot better.
I mean, if he's had the pill, it's good kick to handball ratio, 15-6. It can be all right. So 21 disposals. 21 disposals, couple of tackles, couple of intercept marks. So he's not worried to go back behind and take the mark. So he's doing very well. He's doing very well for a young boy. And yeah, very, very happy to bring him into my team this week. Happy face. I'm wanting them to change the name of Supercoach to the Wheel of Carnage. It's the Circle of Death. Goldman looks good. That he does. Draper could be a good pod. Yeah, Draper, Sammy Draper. How's he been doing, Draper, these days?
It's a no from me with Sam Draper. I mean, like, the scoring potentially could be there, but when you've got Primos, and at the moment, like, even Grundy and Max Gawn and things like that are dropping like humongous scores on people's heads. Sam Draper not even scoring 100 or averaging 100. It's like, yeah, cool. Oh, Joe, this week, it's going to be Max Gawn and Brodie Grundy in the community team. You just wait. It is going to be disaster time. Holy moly. It is rough.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for the community team.
Grundy and Max.
It's like Grundy
2020 all over again.
We've got the money.
Yeah.
We've got the money to do it, and we did not use a boost last week. So even though we had a tough week this week, it was because we had no Dacos and Richards.
Yeah.
And English went down with injury. So community team had it tough. This week.
What did it score?
Scored 1772.
Oh, yeah, cool.
So the community team had it tough this week, but I think it's very well set up. We've still got 4 boosts left. Got heaps of money. I think we've got lots of good cash gen. Unfortunately, the Watkins is a bit of a dud, but otherwise, yeah, I think we could probably use a boost this week to get Farrow, and or maybe not even use a boost. Oh, actually, no, we do because Richards is injured.
Yeah, you got to get.
We have to use a boost this week. Yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, Draper, you're right. Draper could be a pretty decent pod, especially considering that he's up against the Roos without Sherry, which is pretty good.
We got CCJ, man. He's like the best player AFL. So
true. But yeah, Sam Draper. Obviously, we understand that he's coming back from injury. He's building. If you look at his last few weeks, he's been building slowly but surely. He's lost 31K. You know, he started slow, and then he doubled it again, and then he scored an extra 30-odd points. So at 365, 600, what's his break-even at the moment? His break-even is 78. He could very well be at 78. Playing at Barossa?
Oh, he should do.
He probably would. So it's not a bad call to go for a Sam Draper at that price. Then he's got Gorney. But the thing with Draper is it's hard to trust the guy given his injury history, and now he's coming off. You know, he had the Achilles and then he went out again because he played round 1 and then didn't play. Round 2. Was round 2 their bye, the Brisbane bye? Or did he not just play?
No, round 2 was a bye.
Yeah, okay.
I think maybe he came back for round 3.
Yeah, so they won round 1, 3, and 4. The thing with Draper is that the saving grace for him is that he's got that forward status. That's the saving grace, that he's got the forward status. But given his price, it's not like he's going to be out of reach for you. So if he really shows consistency and he's turned it around, it's not like he's going to be out of reach. So you can bring him in a bit later on. But yes, he could very well be a good pod. Perez, Dalton, and Dirksen. Yeah. See who holds their spot in their respective teams. Gorn as the VC. What, this week? Or if it's this week, who are you going to captain? Who's a good captaincy option? Oh, one of the Cats players maybe against West Coast.
If you had Holmes or Bailey Smith, I think you're going to do very well.
English to Jackson or Gawn, considering Gawn is 100K more.
I just think it's I've got Jackson as well. Not that I hate the fact that he scored 126, but mate.
So Gawn's got the Bombers, Brisbane, Richmond
with nobody,
Sydney, West Coast. The Hawks tend to give up points. What did Edwards end up scoring today?
Like 60.
Edwards, young boy Edwards. He's Edwards. 57, yeah, good call.
Yeah.
It's about 60 odd, so not amazing, but you can't compare Gorn to him. And then English, perhaps. If not English, then who is he playing against? And then GWS, they tend to leak points. Collingwood tends to leak points to Rucks. And then he's got the Bombers again. Then McAndrew, or maybe Rob if McAndrew's tied by then. And then the Hawks again. And then Richmond again. North, this time, they'll have Tristan Sherry in the team. Then Geelong give up points. Gold Coast give up points. And then Port give up points. Prayer might be a tough matchup. Yeah, I'm loving Maxi Gorn's run. I think I like Max Gorn. And what do the boys think of a Draper replacement holder till we can afford a proper primo ruck?
How much is he going to go up by?
Placeholder for Max for Sam Draper is 365 600.
Yeah, his break even's not low enough, I think. I mean, I would have said go Ned Reeves or something, but excuse me. I think a lot of us are have already got one ruck plus a McAndrew. You might just want to put McAndrew on as R2 and then pick up someone else, to be honest. I mean, people overreacted a little bit with McAndrew and Rob coming back, and then he dropped to 123 on our heads. So, yeah.
How good was McAndrew?
If I was waiting, Scott, if I was waiting for a Gorn or someone to go down in cash, and let's pretend it was like Joe's team, I would just go English out, McAndrew there, and then grab like a primo. I wouldn't wait, or I wouldn't grab a Draper, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm willing to wait on Draper to become good, to show that he's really good and firing. He's certainly improving week on week, which is good.
Yeah, for 20k more or something, you can grab maybe not 20k. Sorry, I just got boogers. For 40k more, you can grab Connor McDonald, who maybe we oversighted and we didn't start, but he's doing very, very well.
Yeah, I mean, playing
426k.
He's made 45k.
He's doing very well. He may as well be him plus potentially a Tuka Miller. Cozzy Pickett cemented himself as that position now as well. These guys are basically almost keepers in our forward lines. And one thing I would advise is I'm being forced not to do luxury trades just due to injuries. And I think once DPP comes in, it may be a bit different for a few players. But as we start to upgrade our teams, it's more about getting rid of the bad scores than changing an 85 to a 90 or 100 to start the season. It's like, hey, Lombard's in your forward line, grab the best forward you can get. So you can turn that 56 into a 110 potentially, or someone that's exciting to watch, that kind of stuff. So it kind of turns a little bit like that as upgrade season happens. So yeah, just something to consider, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about finishing your team, upgrading your team, getting premiums on, and getting rookies off. That's the whole point of the game at this point now, is to try and finish your team as quickly as possible. If you think Draper's going to be a primo, it's going to be a keeper in your forward line, then yeah, you can certainly do that.
The only reason I would do it, Scott, is if you don't have problems with the rest of your team.
And who are you trading out? Are you just trading out English to him?
And then using the cash somewhere else, maybe.
And then using the cash somewhere else? If that's the case, then it could work. But remember, you're going to have to trade in another ruckman at some point. Unless it's Tristan Sherry down the line, who you'll get in, and then you'll send Draper into the forward line. Yeah, so it could very well work out. I'm not normally a big believer in placeholders for myself, but there is every possibility that Draper could be a forward primo.
Yep.
And if you think that he is, I don't know if he will be, but if you think that he will be, then it's worthwhile because you're bringing in a primo. You're bringing in someone who you're going to keep. So it's not really a placeholder. I don't think. It's someone that you're actually bringing into your team. Walsh up to Grundy Gorn and Windsor down to Farrow. You got no injury there, Tommy. No injuries whatsoever to cover. Wow, nice. That's luxury, isn't it?
Yep.
That's the definition of luxury, in my opinion. The idea is to get less rookies, more premiums and less rookies. What you've done is you still have the same number of premiums. You haven't really advanced your team in terms of the number of premiums. Is there another way that you can get Grundy or Gorn without trading out Walsh? Do you have mid prices? You know? Do you have, like, I've traded out Xavier Lindsay. You know, do you have a Xavier Lindsay? Do you have a Blackiston? Do you have a Parrish? You know, do you have a Buderick? Or, I don't know, like, do you have mid prices that you can achieve that result? The idea is you want to try and get more premiums as opposed to stagnating your upgrade cadence. Oh gosh, should I hold Dacos and Sherry? I think Dacos isn't a serious injury, right?
Yeah, I think Dacos is going to come back. There's reports that Carlton have said Dacos is staying. So
Carlton?
Sorry. Collingwood has said Dacos is playing next week. He's playing gather round. So I think he was very, very lucky or unlucky to miss the game. Yeah. I think he's going to play.
Yeah, I mean, if they've given him to the last minute and then had him be a late out, clearly he was touch and go. If it was a serious injury, if he really wasn't going to play, they just would have not have named him right from the get-go. The fact of the matter is they left him, they gave him every possible minute because he was that close. So you would anticipate that he would play this week. Sherry, on the other hand, is still missing another 2. If you've already held him now, I think you just got to hold him still. Because now he's only missing 2 weeks for you. So I think you probably should have traded him out last week, considering that he was missing 3. But now that he's only missing 2 left, do you have a playing R3? Is it possible for you to have McAndrew? Like, for example, imagine this was Sherry. Could you end up sending Zane to the back line and bringing like a McAndrew to be fielded for Tristan Sherry? If you can, then just hold him, basically. Or you can trade him. Tristan Sherry is replaced. Tristan Sherry will return to some pretty tough matchups, I think. So he's missed it 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Actually, you can bring him back. He'll be fine. He's got Briglet and Edwards. Yeah, you can bring him back in. So you can hold him. I reckon hold him. Save your trades. If you didn't trade him out last week, just hold on to him, in my opinion. Thoughts on Archie Roberts? It's so hard to read because roles can change at any point in time at the Bombers. I don't think Brad Scott himself knows what he wants to do with this team, and the confusion seeps through. You just never know what's going to happen. I think Roberts is the definition of wait and see, and if this role persists, he's very kick to heavy ratio, very kick to handball heavy, and yeah, as you can see, this is a pretty damn sexy heat map. Just farming disposals, 5 kick-ins. Yeah, I don't know about. Yeah, give him another week. See if it sticks. If it sticks, then great. But yeah, I can't say get him. We haven't seen it enough from him. Adding Watkins to the list of players I've traded in and traded out a week later.
Yeah.
Reeves totally screwballed me. That's the problem, Globes, with Reeves, and that's why I wasn't really big on Reeves, because there's a limit to how much the guy can score if he's hardly on the field. He had 40% time on ground. Like, 48%. 48% time on ground. Realistically, how much can a guy score when he's playing around half of the game?
He's not winning every hit out either, right? I mean, the guy had like 10 centimeters on Mitch Edwards and was still losing hit outs. Like, a bit rough.
So for me, it's really difficult to.
I think you were very lucky to get his score, because if you scroll down, Joe, to his score by quarter, like that first quarter, man, he didn't do much.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it makes sense. If he's hardly on the ground, it doesn't have many opportunities to do much. So yeah, that's the reason why we were not big on Ned Reeves as a trade-in. Sweet play. Yeah, I know, but Vizentini was dropped and he hasn't come back in. So I'm saying he's killed Vizentini's career. I'm willing to go him just for the lols. I know a lot of people won't pick him. Also, Gone plays Brisbane, Richmond, Sydney, West Coast in 4 games after that. Yeah, it's fine. Can't even loop Blamires and Farrow. Brisbane isn't. No, they're not. Because the midfield is so strong. But the thing with Gone is that he had 13 hitouts to advantage. 13. Okay. He gets his points from his 22 disposals, 5 marks, 3 tackles, 3 kicks, and goals. He gets his points from just being the GOAT. And his disposal efficiency wasn't even that great at 64%. He's not just a tap ruckman. He is the ruckman that everybody wishes they were. He gets his points from around the ground work and his mobility and his play. You know, he's not just he's not a what's his face? Where is he? He's not Jared Witz, right? He's not Jared Witz, who only has 8 disposals and 4 hitouts to advantage. You know, he's a lot more than that. He's a lot more than that. Washcroft. Yeah, Washcroft is amazing. It really is his midfield at the moment a little bit.
I wish I had picked him over Sam Walsh. Would be making 60 to 70 points every week, unfortunately.
Yeah. I went 1 year too early on Will. I started Will last year. Unfortunately, went 1 year too early on him. He's been sensational. And he only had 61% disposal efficiency. And he scored that massive 139. So 36 disposals. Neil always gets the attention, never goes to Will. Yeah. He's just such a superstar talent. What is Will Ashcroft priced at these days?
540, I think.
509.
Yep. It's cheap. It's cheap. You know who's going to be a fantastic selection this week? Who has the best buy that I hate? Good old Clayto Oliver, Joe. He's a gun. He's costs like 507k. No one's got him in Supercoach, and he plays at Norwood Oval, which is not very big this week. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. I'm not in a position to be doing luxury trades like that, though.
I'm glad that Tanner Bruin bounced back. I know a few people had him on the chopping block.
I was having him on the chopping block as well during the course of this game. There was a period where he really hadn't scored much. If I go to his heat map, if I go to his points, he was on at some point during this it was on 40 points or 25 points in the second quarter, and we're thinking, bloody hell, you got to lift your game, mate, or you're gone. And as soon as we said that, he just went on it. He just went bonkers afterwards. So very happy with that. He was a bit of a defensive liability though, a lot of turnover. I felt like he had a few turnovers as well, or fumbles in really important areas of the ground, which ended up costing them the game. But very happy with his 26 disposals and 92 super coach. So yes, he will be making us money. Tanner Bruin, his break even now is 65, playing against West Coast, which is pretty good. If he scores, he's projected 93, he'll go up 12k, and that's not a lot. So yeah, that 47 really sucks. That 47 sucks a lot. We really do need a strong second game from him, because as you can see, his break even then drops back again to 27. Because then that 47 will drop out. So yeah, we need the 47 to drop out for him to be making us that moolah. I can't bring myself to trade out Anderson with that Essendon game on the horizon. Yeah, you can't. I'm not in a position to be trading out Primos. You know, unless they're
like we're not going to trade him, but I don't like him. I'm not a fan.
I think yes,
he's on the never again list. Never again.
Yeah, it's been tough. It sucks that the start to the season hasn't been ideal. But I think I'm just going to continue to stick it out with the don't luxury trade out premiums. Keep working on building the team around these guys and hope that they come good. But it's all just about upgrading the team, getting the rookies off the field, getting those mid prices off the field and turning them into premiums. Just stay the course, keep the plan moving. I know it's very hard to ignore the emotions, especially when you compare yourself to how other players are going.
Yeah.
You know what they say. Comparison is the thief of joy. Okay? No point in comparing yourself with how others are doing, because you'll just end up feeling sorry for yourself. Just keep focused on controlling what you can control. Keep focused on making your upgrades in your team and getting the rookies off, getting the mid-prices off, and continuing to add more premiums there. Maybe be a bit more picky, maybe be a bit more selective with the types of premiums that you are bringing in. But with all the carnage that is happening every week, the last thing you should be doing is just continuing to sideways healthy players all the time. You need injury trades. You absolutely need injury trades, and all about making sure that you have the cash generation to be able to afford those upgrades. You got to think big picture. Think big picture, guys. All right, don't give up so soon with reflex. Mark, thank you, Mark. Hey, Big J, the Roos are talking about grand final.
Mate, I'd be happy with a good final. Let's be honest.
Good Friday was good though.
Yeah, good Friday, good game, and 2 weeks in a row we've cut the hoodoo. Haven't beaten Essendon in like 10 years, and then haven't won Good Friday since 2018 when Jack Zeeble. I don't know if I can post in the chat because we'll get in trouble, but Jack Zeeble, last 30 seconds left, does a kick and wins the goal, and the whole stadium goes up in lights, and it's all a bit crazy and bonkers. I mean, this game is definitely worth a rewatch unless you're a Carlton fan, because North played really well. And unfortunately, there's a couple of comments in the chat talking about Finn O'Sullivan, Joe, but fortunately took a big hit, I think, from Hayward. Potentially going in for jaw surgery or something. So we'll see what's up with that. But really, really nice game. 3-1 at the moment. Play Richmond in 2 weeks. So hopefully it's 4-2 or something like that. And then, we'll see how we go really from there. But very, very happy. And, it's 4 weeks into a season and we've basically beaten our record that we had like 2 years ago, because there was 2 years of 2 wins and 3 wins, and we've done that in the first 4 weeks. So not too bad. Yeah, just onwards and upwards. I'm not expecting a huge amount. I mean, top 10 would be bonkers, but yeah. It's a tough time.
Washcroft without Foss then will probably go big. If you can do it. He's a good player. He's a good player. There's so many
sidewaysing. If I look at matchups this week, there are so many. Like Adelaide Carlton, maybe no one. But you look down to Brisbane versus North at Barossa. I mean, Ashcrofts, Dunkleys, Neils and stuff, I think is still going to go big. Jack Steele versus Essendon should be a monster game. Move down to the next one. Anyone versus West Coast, GWS versus Richmond. I mean, like these are god tier games for players to bring in, and unfortunately, there's too many players that we want to bring in at those point in time.
Yeah, exactly. But the problem is we're stuck sideways in injured players.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. I guess the good thing is, like, most of us right now have decent enough rookies that we can kind of get away with doing it, right? Like, the first few weeks, maybe we do an upgrade or do a downgrade. But I know with my team, because I've gone guns and rookies stupidly this year and not grabbed any of the big players in the forward line or like a Kadeen Coleman and stuff in the back line or even a Fonte in the back line. I'm just waiting for like 6 weeks before my rookies max in price before I do anything. Like, oh, yeah, Sarong's great and Lindsay's good and, you know, Selwood and Jakes and stuff like that. But it's, well, I'm not going to trade them now while they've only made 100K. So what am I supposed to be doing for the first 6 weeks? Like just being excited because my team's doing well when I'm ranked 73K? Like, ugh.
Yeah, but it's a long season. It's a long season.
Yeah, but I'd rather be doing stuff with my team. And I guess we're kind of given the option, but yeah.
You are doing stuff with your team. It is, of course, that's the importance of having a strong starting team, which involves all the preseason research, and that's why you're not supposed to be trading out your premiums who you've selected, because you would have done your preseason research and backed in these guys. But in terms of the rookies, you know, I started quite a few mid-prices, and now I've got none of them, or one.
Well, you got
one or two mid-prices left. I've still got.
You got 3.
Bruin.
You got Tanner Bruin,
Buderick,
and Lukosius. Don't you have Lukosius?
Oh, I brought in Lukosius this week. Yeah. But in terms of my starting ones, I had quite a few, and they're all gone. You know, Young, Parrish, Blackiston, all these guys are gone. So there's quite a few mid prices that you can start. Most of them tend to go to shit. So I'm all aboard guns and rookies next year. That's for sure. If you got all the early rookies, did enough corrections, you should be close to getting enough cash, though. I mean, maybe one or more.
Yeah, I hope so, mate. I hope so.
Yeah, well, Grill has, again, kickstarted his cash in a very nice way. Jacques ticking away nicely. Sarong, glorious 126 that will ride us to the promised land. Lindsay just doing his thing. Selwood, this 28 is going to suck for a little bit. Watkins, this 7 is going to suck. But, yeah, Smith doing well. Lamai's doing excellent for a 99K rookie. Hopefully Murdoch comes back sometime soon. Carroll, hopefully he maintains his spot in the side. Lombard is just doing his thing as well, very slow. Hopefully Marshall comes back. Yeah, like there is cash gen there. There's no one that you're necessarily fielding that is an absolute spud. That's for sure. But yes, correct. He is. Watch Draper score 150 now? Probably. But if he does, good for him. It's a pod. Not many people have him, so it's not like he's really hurting us. Big Jason got to Ashcroft last week. Yeah, you can have people can have opinions, and I mean, had he scored Will Ashcroft? You know, he has lost money, right? He's down to 35.9k.
Yeah, I mean, like before last week, he hadn't tonned for the season, yeah? So I didn't expect Collingwood to have no Nick Dacos, no real midfield, the rest of the Brisbane team not doing well, and Ashcroft being the only one. I mean, if I look at the score, I think it was Zorko, Green, Coleman. Okay, Neil did okay, but majority of them were defenders, apart from Zach Bailey. So,
and more,
like, yeah. I don't know. I didn't expect, Dan Houston to be the only 100 scorer in the Collingwood team and managed to scrape in a 101, which I think was a bit dumb because the guy took
courtesy of 8 kick-ins.
Yes,
what he played on from.
Yes. That was my issue. Who was the player last week that I said the same thing? Was basically just like, was McKercher. Was basically like, I don't think the opposition are going to kick 15 behind, so he won't get 10 kickouts. Like,
yeah,
McKercher
against the Bombers. Yeah,
there you go.
Did Wiltshire go 0 in the second half?
He was looking good for a while.
I definitely saw him disappear, that's for sure. Wiltshire.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, he scored 5 points.
Pretty much.
He scored 5 points.
Pretty much.
Travis. Hi, lads. 1998 this week, and now ranked 32,000. So glad the buyers are done and dusted. Well, for a couple of months. Even if Nick doesn't play, no trades this week. We'll have Bruce Reville on my bench. Hey, Bruce. Bruce Reville. Bro, I love Bruce Reville as a player. He is very good.
I don't understand why people boo him.
No, they say Bruce.
Do they?
The same way when Bruce had the ball, they all yell out Bruce. It sounds like they're booing him, but they're not actually booing him. They're all yelling out Bruce. What Bruce Reville on the bench, bro? Bruce is pretty expensive, is he not?
I think he started fairly cheap.
He's 313k. He's meant 70,000. So he started at 240k. That's a pretty expensive rookie to have on the bench there, 240. Hey, hold on. Does Track come back this week?
Potentially. If not this week, it should be next week. But yeah, potentially back this week.
It was listed as a 1 to 3 in last week.
I think they're pushing for gather round for it.
I don't want to look too deeply into it, but next week is gather round. We play Melbourne next week at gather round. Petrarca 1 to 3 weeks. Petrarca could very well be back this week. But we'll see. Hopefully not. Because the second he's back in, we need him. Petrarca, we need him straight away. Because his break even... Oh, it's only 103. Interesting. Oh, no. They're going to bring him back against the Bombers. Please bring him back against the Bombers. Do not bring him back this week. Is all I have to say. Not this week, please. Gold Coast, do not bring him in this week. G-Bags, 18-16. Also just came back from Easter Monday game. Hawks won, and it was game of the year. I'm a happy man. It was an amazing game. So amazing. Congratulations. So good. Thoughts on these trades? Gawn and Farrow in for English and Watkins. Wanted to go grab Cozzy, but didn't have the cash to grab him from Buderick. Leaves me with 182 and no boosts used.
Jealous.
You haven't used a single boost. Well done, Flash. Well done. Very jealous, indeed. I'm thinking of moving English to Callahan this week. moving McAndrew from flex to R2 because you have gone at R1. I'll have to hold Parrish another week, but that's okay. English to Callahan. Yeah, Callahan's run's not too bad, right?
No. Well, now they play Richmond this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got quite a lot of good games. That was the reason why I initially wanted to pick Clayton Oliver, right? Was because post early bye, GWS's run is bonkers.
Perez is in because Amon was out. Yeah, all right, makes sense. Imagine if Richmond get their first win this week. Remind me, who Richmond play again? Giants. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy to imagine. Good to see, Nishida.
Let's be honest.
I'll move Parrish to one of Sherry or Grundy in 2 weeks. I only have 33 trades and want to start conserving them from. Yeah, the whole point is it's all about upgrades. You don't. If players are injured and suspended and they have to go out, they have to go out. But otherwise, the idea of the trades, yes, is for cash and for upgrades. That's the whole reason why you trade. Is Worrell a top 6?
He looks good, man. Some people are going to disagree with me, but I think he looks really good. Keane's out for a while, and I don't think anyone's really coming in to affect his level of scoring. So every week we hear Worrell injured, and it hasn't happened yet. So, yeah, I think it's going to be. He's definitely pushing down the door, and right now, let me just quickly pull up players in Supercoach. 1 sec, do I have the tab open? No,
but you just know the second you trade him in, he's going to get injured. Then.
Oh, but that's knowing my luck. That's the same. Like Max Gorn next himself this week, and the next guy next. Like it's just how it goes, right? Running off 3-round average, Josh Worrell is number 6 with a 113. Though Kane Farrell is on that list, and I don't know if Kane Farrell is a top guy either. It goes Lockie Ash, it goes Tom Stewart, who you could have started at 500k and maybe was a great choice to start. Sinclair, Wilkie's on the list, and I'd probably put Worrell as the next one on that list. Dane Zorko definitely should be on that list as well because I think he's really good. So, yeah, Josh Worrell, if you can, 524k still looks good, and you know you just have to deal with his injury problems. But yeah, I think he looks great.
He's got Carlton this week.
So they get a lot of behinds.
He'll pop off. He'll pop off. He'll get heaps of intercept marks, and Carlton can't hit targets.
No,
yeah, he'll be good. He'll be good. So to mention, yeah, that's fine. Given I've had to trade out Sherry in English, should I just put McAndrew R2 and bring in a primo midfielder?
I think the honest thing that I would do would be, I don't think it can be the same answer for everyone. You need to start having a look at your team and being like, where's the deficiencies in my team? I currently look at my side and I'm like, hey, my forward line's really crap. I've got McAndrew already. He could stay R2, but I need to figure out, do I take a primo? Do I go for some of these guys who, in my head, I might have, let's say, the top 3 or 4 mids locked in, and same with defenders and stuff like that, and then grabbing those. So I would be going for value. I would be going for matchups 100%, and I would be going for, between now and round 10, you should be doing a primo upgrade every week. So start to set yourself up to be able to do that. If that's grab a cheaper midfielder, and then that gives you like a bunch of money to not get Max Gorn in, because next week you'll be able to do another trade and then, snowball off that way. That might be the way you have to go, to be honest. I think it's done. I think it's too late now.
Blunt or Baz, captain, VC on Gorn.
Yeah.
Bond is playing against the Hawks, right? So, yeah. Would it be too premature to trade out Flanders?
No. Oh, yes. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
He's got Port this week. That'll be
right. I just think there's better Sorry, Joe. I just think there's better options. I think he'll be okay, even if he's F6. We only paid 340k for him. Flash, I think you get rid of rookies before you'd get rid of him. He would literally be probably one of your last upgrades to have. And I think just in general, the team itself, they're still figuring stuff out. So hoping that post-bias and kills a little bit better than pre-bias and kills.
Drapes will score more than Flanders in the long run.
Yeah. Probably.
Why not both?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind getting in Draper. I don't mind Drapes, bringing in Drapes. But for me, I feel it's better to bring in Draper by trading out mid-prices and like dead rooks, for example, to get him. As opposed, like, if you're going to get Draper because you're trading out English who needs to go, and the money that you free up from the English to Draper trade, you can then put on another mid-pricer to get them to a premium, then I've got no issues with that, because then you're essentially getting 2 premiums into your side by trading out one that has to go. You know, it's for me, it's just all about trying to maximize the number of premiums that you have in your team, because we're seeing them drop left and right. The teams are going to have the most premiums throughout the course of the season are the ones that are going to be the best performing. It just makes sense. So
yeah, it's pretty obvious, Joe.
It's pretty obvious, exactly.
More primos equals better score, guys.
Yeah, more primos is better scores. Like, but sometimes it's important to reiterate again that, because it can be very easy to lose ourselves in the details. It can be very easy to lose ourselves in the minutia of various clever strategies. But at the end of the day, it's not a very complicated game. Plans were to trade English to Draper, Parrish to Lockie Ash, and Watkins to Farrow. So if Draper's going to outscore Flanders, great. Then Parrish, then Draper is a keeper. And so you're trading out 1 premium, and you're getting Draper and Ash. So that's 2 premiums. So 1 premium became 2 premiums, and Watkins cash gen is basically killed with this 7, and you're getting Farrow, who's likely to make you lots of money. That, in my opinion, I think, are very positive trades. In my opinion. On a positive note, the coaches as well. Something good happened this week. The coaches. Only the Nakos pre-game. Excellent. Very good, Tommy. And he's probably going to be back next week anyway. So that's
as I said, I think the club said, hey, he's going to play. They expected him to play, but he just wasn't warming up like he should have. So they said, nah, better not risk it.
I don't have a problem trading out a rookie 1 week too early if they still have 1 more week worth of cash gen in them. But trading them out still enables you to get in the premium that you want. Then they've done their job.
Yeah.
In my opinion. He was never playing. Well, they've shot themselves in the foot, didn't they? Idiots. Another trade I've been thinking of is English, Buderick, and Watkins to Pickett, Grundy, and Farrow. Use my 4th boost, but it still adds another primo. What do you think of that, Jez? Buderick break even of 45.
I think it's good. I would be happy to do this. Pickett looks really good, and I think he's locked in. And if it's meaning that you don't have to wait another week to grab, thingy a little bit earlier, I think you're fine. I don't mind it.
Let's see. What was the CBA look like? Pickett. That's why he was in my starting team all preseason. He had to go and have this his partner had to go and break up with him. Damn you, partner. Why did you make me be terrified of starting him, thinking that he was going to be all distracted? There's a reason why I was in my preseason team the whole time. Because I knew he was going to play on ball. Stuff you, Cozzy's partner. Oh, I'm so pissed off. You're better off without her, Cozzy. You're better off without her, mate, in my opinion. Look here, go for it. Oh, Blue Iris again. Mate, you don't have to pay us to read your comments. We'll be bringing them in.
It's coming, mate. Comments. It's coming.
I'm trading out Pooh for Drapes and bringing in Gorn. Philippoo is being flushed. To who? His break-even is 7. He's guaranteed to make a good coin. And then he's got a West Coast in a couple of weeks. Look, if you really want to bring in Gorn and you want to bring in Drapes, you go for it, my friend. Life's too short to live with regrets. Pickett and Steen or Rochelle and Farrow? Holy crap. I wish you could do Pickett and Farrow. I wish you could do Pickett and Farrow. Just do Pickett and Steen. I think Steen's got decent job security. He has to stay in the team. And Pickett's got the Bombers.
Look, I don't think Carlton.
No one who can go with him.
Yeah, I don't think Collingwood are going to be trading. I'm not going to be playing Steen every week. So I think he's a fine selection.
He's going to go bonkers on us this week. Brisbane will be tougher. Then he'll go bonkers on Richmond. Sydney will be tougher. Then he'll go bonkers on West Coast. So he'll have 1 week maybe good, 1 week maybe shit.
And then plays Richmond round 7.
Yeah, I'm saying good, shit, good, maybe shit, maybe good. Who knows? Yeah, great run. Yeah, no, I like Cozzy. I'd love to trade Cozzy in this week, but I don't want to use another boost, unfortunately. Landers isn't a keeper. We'll see. At the moment, he's still making money. At this point, he's still value for his price, and he's not giving us shit scores. So he's not I'm not in a rush to get rid of him because he's not a problem in my team. Optimized. My team is projected 22-10. Is that competitive? Yes, I would think so. Very competitive.
I'm just looking at mine now. I'm looking at my optimized at the moment, and I don't think it's calculating in like Tim English and Richards being injured. So
no,
just have to be careful.
Correct. This team is this is the community team. It's projected 22-30, but again, it's got Richards and English, both of which have to be traded out. I can't make any trades right here because this is a democracy team. We vote for our trades. If you want to be part of the trading team here, you want to become a member, and you'll be part of the weekly decisions. Is Leo Lombard still a hold for this week? Well, his break-even's 26.
Yeah, I think it's more just who you're going to get rid of, to be honest, with Leo Lombard.
If it's like, for example, getting rid of a Parish to, like, if you could somehow do Parish to Farrow and then Lombard to Pickett, like, that would be pretty insane. Then you've done your job.
Yeah.
Steen for English, says Theo. What a massive drop in. That's a lot of money there. Lots of money there. Supercoach has Francis Evans projected 125. What?
Why not? Let's fucking go.
Why?
Francis Evans, what a god.
What? He hasn't even got 125 in 2 weeks of freaking scoring. Heaney in for Richards. Yo, Mark. Heen Dog has got that dog in him. Heaney went absolutely bonkers. There's a reason why he was in my preseason Supercoach team, because this dude is a legend. 26 disposals at 69% efficiency. Could have been so much cleaner with it. 12 score involvement, let's be real. And he had the most CBAs for the Swans. So very,
it's so
very
frustrating being a non-owner watching that game.
He's not losing much money, unfortunately, Heaney. Isaac only lost 5K.
McCluggage might come back and have a similar type of game too, I think.
He only scored 5. He's only lost 5K. Unreal. He's a legend. He's a very, very good player. Gold Coast this week at Norwood. Small ground. Then Giants, Doggies, Melbourne, North. I don't think there is such thing as a hard matchup for Isaac Heaney, though. He's such a good player.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
I have to agree.
Mark with another one. Your horse must have done very well on the weekend, Mark. Congratulations, mate. No dip in the ruck. I'll bring in Steen before it, and you know I'm not a Pies fan. Now, I know very well you are not a Pies fan, Mark. You honestly are more of an Essendon supporter than I am, which is saying a lot. Steen in the ruck. Yeah, but how is he going to score every week? Steen. Oscar Steen. He's got Freo this week. That's a tough matchup for Rucks, isn't it? Against Jackson and Shrek Darcy.
He might even play. They might play Mason Cox, who did quite well in the VFL.
In the waffle, he did do very well. You're right. Yeah, it's a tough one. Big call. Big call. Yanko! How are you, Yanko? Stoyanovsky. What's the plan with weak bum English? You have to trade him, bruv.
Yeah, he's done. He's done, and he'll lose bulk money too. Not that it matters too much, but yeah, these guys just aren't doing very well.
Gotta trade him out. I'm trading him to go on. Personally, what you're seeing right here is a community team. This is not my team. So we already brought in Gorn last week. Will be a question of, I think, we'll be trading in Grundy potentially, and then just have the two best boys. Trade or hope. Yep, there you go. Doing well, Theo. Yes, trading English. I know that I mentioned bringing in Callahan this week. Slightly cheaper options. Will Ashcroft or Sarong. Look, I like Will Ashcroft. I do like him a lot. And you can't go wrong there at that price for sure. Finn is very good, a bit more outside, and Sarong's a bit more inside. What's Sarong's one like? Remind me again. He's got Collingwood this week. They really don't have many inside balls. Then West Coast. Then Carlton, Doggies, Hawks, Bombers, St Kilda. Look, he's got a pretty decent next couple of weeks before it gets a little bit tighter. Yeah, I don't mind any of those guys, though, personally. I like Will Ashcroft and I like Callahan. Or go the old boys, Maxi and Grundy. Well, that's what we'll be doing, I think. I can't speak on behalf of the community team, but I have a feeling that's what we'll be doing. Fonty to Farrow, Windsor to McKercher. what happened to McKercher, Jez? Because he started hotter than the Big Bang. And then second half,
I think he just got made to play accountable.
He was on 94 at halftime.
Yeah, it was great.
Scored 13 points.
It sucked being a non-owner. I was just like, stuff my life. I wish I had this player. It was really, really rough. But yeah, I think it was just too much. Not too much is not the right word. I just think it was a bit rough for him, and that the coach made him play a bit more accountable. Yeah, that was basically it, really.
Okay. Will he be playing accountable moving forward, you think? Or
well, I think if you looked at how his scoring was in the first half, people were commenting on, yeah, cool, he had 92, but only like 8 meters gained. So I think he was maybe just kind of hamming it up a little bit. I mean, like, how many touches did he end up having? 18 kicks. Yeah, and he only had 187 like meters gained. As Crimson says here, I think they moved McKercher to the midfield after halftime as well. So yeah, just didn't touch the ball as much, I think, and yeah, obviously wasn't as good. But doesn't matter because North won, so I'm happy.
Exactly. But it's indicative, though.
You get punished as much for being a non-owner, which is nice.
Yeah. But it's indicative that his role is prone to changing mid-game.
That's it, man.
At his price of 461, you're really picking him to be a top-line primo. So you don't want your top line primos to be kicked out of their role halfway through a game.
Yeah.
I really hate Walsh. You think I don't? You think I don't? And he plays for Carl Scum as well.
I don't know why I picked him, man. Him and Noah Anderson do my head in so much. Boy, oh boy, it makes me cry. Like, that's just how bad it's been.
Yep. One saving grace from this round is that my team value is still competitive. 11.13 mil. Just need to maneuver through this second bloom of cash cows. What is our price? Our price is 11.161. Pretty good. 11.161, and we still had 221. So no, so we are 221 plus, so we're at 11.38 million. 11.38 mil. So that's pretty competitive. Going Windsor down to Faro, going to build up the cash. But who would you trade out first, Buderick or Watkins?
Oh yeah, it has to. I think you have to trade Watkins first, to be honest. Just for the fact that he's going to lose money. That 7's really knocked him out, Tommy. And Buderick still has cash to make. I think he was really unlucky. I don't know if Joe wants to pull it up, but I think Buderick was really unlucky. That first half, I think he ended up on 40 and then just didn't do much in the second half of the game. So yeah, I think it's a little bit different. There you go. So first half, 36. Second half of the game, not so much when Essendon took over. But I think Buderick will be fine to keep for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he was like on 47.
Yeah.
First half, and then he had a 25 second point half. So yeah, he's basically halved his output in the second half. A couple of kick-ins. He's just doing his thing. You know what I mean? And in a forward line where scorers are pretty scarce, Watkins, this 7 is going to be sitting in his price cycle which is really unfortunate. So before that, what was the average? Let's just say, so if we look at his spot, the trusted calculator, so he scored a 45, and then a 74, and then a 69, right? So he had a 3-game average of 63. If you go 63, moving forward, he's not going to make you 100K until another 3 weeks' time.
No, he might even get dropped this week, to be honest. He
could very well be dropped. Correct.
I feel like they put him in some weird tagging role that just had him running around the field like a chicken with his head cut off, and it just didn't look good. It really looked bad. Midfield.
Watkins. 38% efficiency, 8 disposals.
Yeah.
Like, what was his role even? He had 11 CBAs.
Yeah, he didn't even touch the ball, though.
He's hopeless. He's hopeless. With Buderick, he's going at 79, which is all right. But let's say the 105 was an outlier. All right. What's he averaging otherwise? 73 plus 67 plus 72. He's averaging, divided by 3, he's averaging 70 odd. So, or 71. Say if he keeps going 71. What the hell? Where's the projection? Where'd the projection go? Oh well.
Loading.
There we go. It's loading. There we go. It's arrived. He keeps going 71s. 62. 72. 81. 88. Yeah, he's not gonna make you 100K, but he's scoring you 71s, and he can very easily get you to a primo. So he's already at 308K. He just needs to make you that little bit more, and then bang, this guy's a 1 down, 1 up to a forward primo, in my opinion. Despite the Carnage using a second boost, I like my trades. English, Walsh, Bruin out. Nass, Finn Callahan, and Jackson in. Two premiums has become 3.
Aussie abroad. Would never advocate for you to get Bruin out. I think his position on field is locked for quite a while, and with the score of 92 after next week, when the score of 40 odds out of his system, he's still going to jump up in money. So I wouldn't do it. I think we can hold him for a very long time, and I think you would get rid of him after getting rid of Jagger Smith. Like, to be fair, I think you would be doing that in terms of like cash gen and things like that. So if he allows you to get a primo, okay, but I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Bruin's definitely making money. Walsh is the definition of luxury. Yeah, it's look, if you really hate Walsh that badly and you don't want to see his face anymore in your team, and you've got no other problems, and Walsh is your biggest problem. Like, if Walsh is your biggest problem in your team, and your team's doing pretty damn well, trading out a player averaging 100.8, so 101, right? If a player averaging 101 is the biggest headache you have in your team,
yeah,
just can we give you the 50K right now? That's so good. Didn't want to trade English out because I was just going to do Walsh and Bruin to Finn and Nass. But oh well, can't complain too much. So much shit has happened this season. Bro, you've only used this. This is going to be your second boost. You know, like you've only used one boost to this point. I don't think you've necessarily had it as bad as what other people have had if they're going to be using. Because some people, like people like Flash, not to use you as an example, Flash, considering using a 4th boost in a row. You know what I mean? So it's not, it's. I think where you have an advantage in not being forced to use a trade, that's a trade that you're going to have handy over someone else who's had to use a boost or use a trade down the track when it's actually upgrading season, when all your rookies have made their money and you're looking to really upgrade your team. During the buys, being able to do 4 trades in a buy round in extra time, because obviously you get 3 trades in a buy round plus a 4th from a boost, will come in really handy. And believe me, later on in the season, you'll be absolutely kicking yourself if you are in a situation where you've got the money, you've got the players, but you don't have that boost to make the dream move. You will kick yourself. The guy I'm playing in my public league 100% just quit. Still has Young, Golden Rosie, and Track on top of him.
Yep.
Excellent.
I can sympathise.
G'day, Shauno. Did well this week.
I
scored. Just go back to my team. I scored all right. I scored about 1,800 odd, which is not too bad. How many trades will people have after this week? Yeah, I think I'm down to 30 as well. Ruckman to go under 600k. Yeah, your options are really limited.
Unless you go like a TDK or something, and there's no one really available, I think.
I mean, there's Draper, probably.
Good luck.
As you say. I scored 1835 this week. So it's not the best, not the best, not the worst. Just the definition of mediocrity. Let's be real. And then, am I down to 30? Yes, I'm down to 30. Yep, 30 trades. Would I be silly if O'Sullivan is out for a while? Trade him to Brisbane Coleman. So you own Finn O'Sullivan. Okay. So trade him to Coleman or just play Grill. Where's my Grill? Oh, on the bench. Okay. Grill. I mean, Grill's done very well. Back-to-back weeks for Sammy Grill. Been very excellent. Most supreme. He's had a very good start to the season, averaging 68.5. Making good coin. How much is
picture you in your head, Joe? Like his mum would be very proud of his performance.
Yeah, 100%. So Finn is 369. If he's out for a while, do you trade him to Coleman?
I would. Kadeem Coleman looks really good. I'm not advocating and saying he's going to score 100 this week, but I wouldn't be surprised if he scores another 100. They're using him as that swing man, and it's allowing the likes of Zorko to move back, or to move around and not have to worry as much. So, yeah, I quite like it.
Now, remember, when you're trading in these players, right, he's already gone up 78k. Okay? It's not so you can't say if you trade him in this week and then trade him out and say, because say he scores 77, right? And he goes up 45k. You can't say, oh yes, I've traded in Kadeem Coleman and he's got enough, and I've made $120,000. No, that's not the case. Because you have not received this price rise. Okay, only those who started him or brought him in before his bubble broke, got this price rise. So from here, from this point, you want him to make you 100k or thereabouts. Okay, this is what you want. From here, he has to make you 100k. for him to have been a successful trader. So if he scores 77, 77, 77, he'll make roughly 60. He'll make roughly 70,000.
Yeah, you need a couple more hundreds from him.
Yeah. So it's good, but ideally he's making you closer to 100,000. For him to do that, you're going to need him to maybe go another 90 perhaps against North, and then maybe a 90 against Melbourne. What does that do? Gets him to 80,000, 89,000. And then if he goes, say, 90 at home against them, he'll get you to 406,000. And then if he scores 88 against the Bombers, he'll get to 416. So that will be 100K there. So for him to make you 100K from this point on, you're going to want him to essentially average 90 over the next 4 weeks. If you think he can do that, great. You're laughing. That you're getting in a guy at 311 to be scoring you 90s every week. You're absolutely laughing. And he'll make you his money, and he'll score you lots of points. If you think he'll do that, full steam ahead. Get around the bag of Supercoach TikTok, review, Big Joe's an OG follower. Yes, sir. Grundy video, consumer cheesebaggers. Yes. I was saying Burns? What the hell? Borns? I'm not even sure I'm supposed to read that. Guys, did you see Frampton had 6 disposals? Yes, we did see that.
Did you see Ben Mackay had 2 disposals up until halftime?
Yeah, he's a freaking absolute muppet. What a spud. The biggest spud of them all.
$1.2 million, boys and girls.
Frampton, 6 disposals for 84. He went at 100% efficiency. Get around him. Get around him. Holy, what a disposal efficiency. And 100% time on ground. That's very good. 4 tackles. So it wasn't even like it was an inordinate number of tackles either. Only 2 intercept marks. Like, it's the most inflated piece of shit scoring I've ever seen in my life. You've used, yeah, there you go, There you go. Yep. Understand. Cheers, Shauno. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Much appreciated. I have 1.108400. I need a ruckman for English and need 2 mids. Potentially someone for Parish.
That's a lot of money, mate.
Do you have that much in the bank?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
In the bank, you have 1.1 million in the bank.
Yeah.
Holy crap. What the hell trades did you do to have 1.1 million in the bank? All right. If you don't have Gorn, get Gorn. If you don't have Grundy, get Grundy. There you go. And then your 2 midfielders. How much is Grundy? Grundy is 661. Let's get that calculator back out again. So 108 400. I feel like that is trading out English and Parish. I doubt you have that much in the bank.
There were a lot of people that banked money last week.
That much money, though?
Maybe not that much.
Look, for 1.108, say Grundy is 661. There's your 447. And then if you get a Farrow, who's a 166. 163, sorry. These were 284. Not good enough. You can't get anyone good. So if we then add that 163 back, and say you get Steen, who is a 119, right? Steen, 119 900. Shit. Plus 80,000. So it leaves you with 327,500. Can you afford anyone for 327,500? You could get a Coleman. You can just afford Coleman. So you could do Grundy, Steen, and Coleman. And leave you 15k 0.7 in the bank. Does Touk get DPP? Yes, he does. Okay, Heaney for Richard and English to Steen. 608k in the bank with 3 boosts left. So do I, if Track comes in? If Track comes in, you probably want to bring him in. Or probably play first week back. I don't know. How will Petrarca return from a hammy? If he's back this week, it means he would have only lost 2 weeks? Or 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Round 2, he was out. 3 and 4. He would only miss 2 games and back in the 5th. That's a standard. That's standard length of time, I think, for a light hammy. So yeah, you'll probably want to bring him in. You'll probably want to bring him in. This guy is for sure. This guy's F1.
He's definitely around the mark.
Outs English, Richards, Selwood. In Farrow, Stewart, and Washcroft. Very nice. Banking good coin for future upgrades. Should I go Woody? Should I go Watkins to Steen?
Woody.
Even though I have gone McAndrew, Reeves, and Holding X, would be my final R3 F7. Would have to move Cook to the mid bench though, and would miss on Farrow.
Probably not.
So what are your trades though? What all you've said is Watkins to Steen.
Yeah, and then he has to like restructure his whole team.
So many Rucks. Holding X. McAndrews R2 and Reeves is a flex. Jesus. How many Rucks do you want? Yes. Reeves. 24 break even. Oh my god, and now there's no English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably want to hold on to Reeves.
I don't think he'll play enough game time though.
Well, his break even's only 24. He'll get to 300k.
Better hope so. He's 270.
True. I mean, in 48% game time, he scored 65. Miss on Farrow. Yeah, miss on Farrow. No big deal. Just miss out on pretty decent cash.
What's his break even?
For Farrow? Negative 42.
It's too much.
If he averages say 70, he'll go up 47k plus 44. He'll make you 100k plus. He'll make you 115k in 3 weeks. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Not sold on Grundy, that's the problem. I just go Callahan or so. Not sold on Grundy. Why is sold on Grundy? What, you don't think he's going to be a top 3 ruckman or top 4 ruckman? Cornelia for Ashcroft. Yeah, Cogs can go. Yeah, Cogs can go. See, that is a mid-pricer to a premium. That is a trade I can get around for sure. Why no lodge for Josh Tracy?
I like him. I think he's great.
Did I not say 2 weeks ago about Josh Tracy? Jez? Did I not say Josh Tracy 2 weeks ago?
Oh, you did.
That's it. You've missed out on those big scores the last 2 weeks. All right? That's a fact now. Unfortunately, Rodney could move on Cook over Watkins to grab Gawn. Oh, you're moving on Cook.
No, I won't be trading Cook for a while. He had a bad game and still scored a 60. I think there's lots of money to be made still.
11 break even, yeah, for sure. Money there to be made. So could move on Cook over Watkins to grab Gawn and Pickett. Or I could grab a Steen over Farrow. Steen and Cook or Watkins and Farrow. Oh my God. Which one is heads, Jez, and which one is tails? All right. Cook has a flame, and tails seems to have a fire here. So sure. Steen and Cook are tails. All right, call it, Jez. What do you reckon it's going to be?
Tails.
Boom. Tails it is. So go with Steen and Cook. Coleman, McKercher, and Steen for English, Selwood, and Watkins.
I wouldn't be...
Kane, Coleman, Kobe, McKercher, and Steen for English, Selwood, and Watkins.
Look, you can. You can. It's not the worst trade I've seen all day.
Trading in McKercher, though. What price is McKercher? $460. Who can you get for $460?
Nobody.
Who are players at $460K? Let's have a look. Dan Houston. No. Average. Tim Kelly. I'd rather Tim Kelly over McKercher. He scored 95 in a...
It's not a bad shout.
What was it? 150 points? 128. No, yeah. 128-point loss. In a 128-point absolute drubbing, the guy scored 95.
Yeah.
With 54% disposal efficiency and 4 clangers.
Yeah.
Number 1 CBA attendee. He's going to continue to be the number 1 CBA attendee. And he's 429,700. Like, this is, I reckon that's a steal. And you bang 40K in the process. I prefer Tim Kelly. Nick Newman looked really good in his first game back. Just give him another week. You don't have to rush him in. Yeah, get around him. So English, Selwood, and Watkins. The Coleman, Kelly, and Steen, and you're laughing. If you can finagle some DPP action. The Anderson own this year has been tough. 100%, yep. Zach.
The English, so not the English own, the Sam Walsh own as well.
Yep.
And the, who else? Half a dozen other people own that I've got in my team. It's not great, mate.
100%, I agree. It's tough. It's taking a lot of personal discipline to not trade this guy. Bless you.
Excuse me.
The dip is really rough. The dipshit. The dipshit. Yes, I know.
Really
the Bombers. Who was a better trade in? Whitfield or Pickett? Definitely getting in Farrow, which blocks my favorite trade in, which would be Heaney. Not using a 4th boost till next week. Yeah.
I think Pickett, I like Pickett this week. Not so much like I think Whitfield potentially still has a little bit of money to lose. Pickett has a lot of money to gain. And I think the last couple of big scores, let me just quickly pull up.
You want Cook? Pickett?
Yeah.
Or Whitfield?
No, Pickett. So break even of 49. After this is the week that the 86 falls out of his system. And then he'll have a 3-round average of like 120. So he's looking to jump up quite a lot in cash. I know the projections have him quite low, but I think he's on a tear versus Whitfield, and I think a lot of us too. Like it's about position on field, and a lot of us have a Sarong, a lot of us have a Grill, even like a Jake scoring 67. Like it's okay for D6 at the moment versus like a Lombard or Doveston or Philippou, maybe if he drops like another stinker, like getting rid of one of those really poor scores, I think is really important compared to getting rid of some of like the bigger scores. So, yeah, I think Whitfield had his first. Yeah, see, Whitfield's break even's 103. Like he's playing Richmond, yes, but he might not even score that. I mean, to date, round 0 doesn't count, and then he's had 2 scores that haven't been over 100, and then a 128. So I would go Pickett first. Yeah, I would go Pickett first.
Best mid under 580k. 5.
I would go Finn Callahan. I really like Finn Callahan. GWS's runs coming up is really, really good. And he's 575. I think he's probably battened out in terms of like not being as expensive as you can have him.
Yeah. Or Tuke Miller, who will get DPT.
Or I really like Caleb Sarong as well. They would probably be my 2 picks for guys that have really good fixtures that are going to go massive. It would be one of those 2, I think, for me.
Running the Reeves and McAndrew gauntlet and keeping Inglet. So, wow, it's a big call.
That's it.
I brought in on myself, save your boost. Yep, exactly right. I'm going to try and say my last one just so I can say I've used 4 trades in a round. Exactly. Sweet is potentially a Ruckman under 600k.
I wouldn't touch him.
Essendon forward line, Caddy, Edwards, Wright, May. Bro, that's way too tall. And Sardis is not playing forward. Sardis will never grace the football field, Mark. There are some players, like Brad Scott has made various decisions. For example, he will never drop Archie Perkins, regardless of how shit he is. He's still
it would need to get injured first.
Yeah, he will. Regardless of how shit Perkins is, he will still be the most beautiful piece of shit ever in Brad Scott's eyes. So Brad Scott will not drop Perkins, and he will never play Elijah Sardis. In fact, Elijah Sardis will never even be emergency. All right, his books are stamped. He is Gonskis. All right. Forget about Elijah Sardis. He's not going to play. As unfair and as ridiculous as it is, he should be given a game or 2 to sort of at least build some value for when he goes eventually. He's Massimo D'Ambrosio 2.0. He's going to go somewhere else. They're going to give him game time, and they're going to be like, what the hell? Why did Essendon let this guy walk out for free? Because we're a bunch of muppets, all right? Forget about Sardis. And that's way too tall of a forward line. Caddy, Edwards, Wright, and May. 4 massive tall boys? No. Sorry, Mark. I don't agree with that call. It's not going to happen. If we're going to play all of those guys, it's because Wright is playing as the ruckman and Blackiston's playing as a defender. We can't be playing that many key forwards. Thinking English, Richards, and Selwood for Heaney, Whitfield, and Farrow. Very nice.
And this is something that I've kind of considered a little bit with myself too, is do I just forego going to Max Gawn and say, okay, my team's in such a bad position that I need to get rid of three primos or 2.5 primos and say, hey, if I can grab 3 keepers, then that maybe is a better position for me to be in. It's just a shame that Tim English has dropped in cash by so much.
Yeah. Is Clark a top 6 or a spud? Look, I think he's a top 6 to 8. I'll just say.
I'm not a fan. I hate the fact that I started him. Like, the last couple of weeks have been great and no early buy and whatever, but he gets these shit jobs on field where it's like, cool, yeah, nah, you'll stop doing what we need to because, like, Luke Ryan can't go and defend small defenders and Wagner's injured and Carl Warner can't do it. So, Jordan Clark, you can go run with that midfielder, right? You've got pace and you can do things and whatever. Like, we'll just give you the attention. And it's like, well, no, I can't do that because then I lose all my bits and then I go missing for half the game and I score a 56. So, like, yeah, it's just rough, mate. It is really rough. It gets the shit jobs.
I have faith. As does Flash. 3 on my team are looking very dangerous. Almost had a heart attack on Friday night. Come on, let's beat Collingwood on Friday, hopefully. I tipped you boys. I was very happy that you guys won. I'm a big fan of the Dockers. I just wish you had a better coach. Trust in the coin. Always trust in the coin. Yes, Nick Newman did look very good. I did like Nick Newman's game, Woody, but I need to see it another week in a row. No need to rush him in when he's not on the bubble. Coleman or McKercher. I think Coleman's a better pick because he's guaranteed to make you money basically at this point. Whereas McKercher, he's not. I don't think McKercher's top 6 to 8. And when you're picking him at that price, you're picking him to be that. Windsor and English to Farrow and Gawn. Beautiful. Very nice. When is Marshall due?
Should be back this week.
Hopefully.
The club's come out and said, yeah, should be back.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
1 to 2. That was obviously last.
I think he was a test basically to not come back this week. So I think he'll be back.
If Marshall doesn't play, I'll be playing rookie roulette in every line next round. Very ready to go 0 for 3.
Yeah, it sucks, bro.
If he doesn't play, I'm always fielding Philippou over Lombard. Robertson will be back. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty confident that Blamires will outscore Carroll. Murdoch's still injured. Cook against Carlton. Adelaide Oval. This is weird. This guy is an Adelaide player who prefers to play in Melbourne. Adelaide Oval, 60 and 62. In Melbourne, 92 and 80. So yeah, all right. Cook's playing in Cook's playing in Adelaide this week. So yeah, I'm not fielding him. So I'm pretty happy with these guys. And then Sarong against Gold Coast. Yeah, this one's a bit of a roulette. I'm pretty confident fielding Jacques of all the people. He seems to be the most consistent.
I mean, Jakes.
Right? Jacques Cousteau. I think he seems to be the most consistent. Having said that, he is literally dropping in output every single week. He's dropping just bit by bit every week.
I think it's a little bit of a case of what was I saying? A little bit of a case of like Bailey Dale taking some of his role.
I'll be fielding Farrow instead. Maybe. Yeah, this is pure rookie roulette here. 1989, good score. Well done, Kobe. Good stuff, mate. Mark's here tomorrow.
Hey, Mark.
Someone needs to work tomorrow. So catch you. Yeah.
I tell you what. It's been nice having some time off, Joe, from work and stuff. Like I don't know how long we're going to stream for. Much the rest of it.
Basically done.
It's been really nice having kind of Easter weekend off. You know, bit of recharge from work and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kevin, I've heard Gawn and Bot until now with injuries to English and Richard. I can't play them anymore. Yeah, bring him in. You just have to fork out an insane amount of money. They're both 700k.
Yeah, it's been a weird situation. All these people have never had Gorn and Grundy, and then, Gorn and Bontempelli and stuff, and then again we're kind of saved by the fact that we're somewhat forced to put them into our teams. You know, it's pretty funny.
So yeah, I don't know how you're going to do that. English and Richards. So Richards is 592. So to get from 592 to 722, you need 130,000. And then from English to Gorn, it's about 120,000. So if you have 250k in the bank, you can get both of them.
Yeah, man, just do it.
250,000 you're going to need from a downgrade from somewhere. You got it in the bank? You got 250k? If you have the 250k, you can do it. Otherwise, maybe spread the love. Get like a Tim Kelly. Get a Cozzy Pickett. You know. Play McAndrew at R2 rather than playing another Primo Ruck.
It does open up a bunch of stuff, McAndrew at R2. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So maybe it's best to spread the love rather than putting all your eggs in these two baskets. Maybe just spread the love and try and get more rookies off the field. Petrarca's due back. Well, the updated injury list comes out tomorrow night. We'll find out tomorrow
he'll be
night.
Back this week. I'm hoping Milan Murdoch will be back as well, because there was some speculation that he might be back sooner rather than later.
Well, Milan Murdoch was 3 weeks hamstring last week.
I know he was pushing for thingy. So we'll see.
I have work tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday work. And Thursday 8 to 4, and Wednesday 8 to 6.
Bro, we both work full time. You say 8 to 4 is a long day. I'm like, mate, that's just normal time.
That's like a normal 9. That's like a 9. That's like a 9 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
The same number of hours.
Like a 9 till 5, Joe. Hard times.
But 8 to 6. Yeah, 8 to 6 on Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, is a long day. I tend to. Yeah, I start. I tend to get into the office at about 8:15.
Yep.
And every day around 8:15, and I don't leave work before 6:30, 7, 7:30. Just depends, I suppose, on what I've got. So yeah, we both work. Yeah, everybody works. This is just a hobby. It's just a bunch of fun. And
what do you mean? We don't do this full time.
No, and we hope that you guys enjoy it, because we obviously do give a bit of our time, and all the likes and subscriptions and interaction certainly goes a long way. So, and it's a massive appreciation to all of our viewers, a massive appreciation to all of our members who also contribute every month to keep the channel afloat, and to, I suppose, continue to give encouragement and support for us to keep giving the time and the effort, I suppose, so that we can help you guys out as much as, especially on a poor week. Yeah. But then again, we do like hanging out with you guys, and we hope that you guys enjoy hanging out with us as well. So like, subscribe, hit notification bell, all of that jazz, to not miss out on any of the videos and streams that we are pumping out on a very regular basis. Anything you want to add there, Jez?
Would give some advice when upgrading your teams a little bit. Have a look at kind of your worst performing players. Obviously, some of us have English and Richards, but start to look at your worst performing spots on field. there are quite a few juicy players around that sub 550 mark as well. So these guys that in a couple of weeks end up being too expensive for you to get, maybe it's worth considering foregoing like a Max Scorn or someone like that and saying, okay, well, I might not get the biggest guy, but the extra 200K I can afford from a Max Scorn to a Pickett means that I can do another upgrade next week and keep up with the upgrades, because that's really the only way, and it's some advice probably I need to take with my team, but that's really the only way you start to jump back up the ranks, is you need to have an advantage over everyone else. So the way you figure that out is team by team, obviously, but yeah, just something to consider, I think. Because it's big boy time now, no more best 18. It's all finished.
No more best 18, exactly right. So, anything that you think is a liability on the field, you got to get it off. You got to address that. You're only as strong as your weakest link, as that saying goes. And yeah, for the members, we'll see you tomorrow night. For the rest of you, we'll see you all in the next one.
Team reviews out either today or tomorrow.
For you.